Hi everyone, welcome to the second video. So today it's only a bit of a short video, but again that's just because, as I said in the first video, I did start some bits of work before I decided to do this channel. So some of the work that you're going to see is stuff that's been done before I started the channel, but also some of it's going to be work that's been done after I decided to start the channel. So it's a bit mix and match. So you'll probably see at the start of the video, I've got a well overgrown head of hair and facial hair. So, but again, since then I've actually trimmed up a bit and had a clean up. So yeah, what you're going to see in today's video. So today you'll see how the loft was when we first got it. So again, you'll have seen that in the introduction video. But today you'll see the start of the loft and where it currently is. So essentially, just to give you a bit of a understanding, when we bought the house, the loft was boarded out. I was hoping we could convert it into a room in its current condition with just some new stairs in, but unfortunately it doesn't meet building regulations. So the plan was to rip it out, which has been done and which you'll see in a minute, and then completely clear out between the joists, so all the old insulation, all the dust and dirt and soot and stone and bits of mortar, basically everything, clear it out, because we were getting new insulation put in on what will be the floor of the loft, and then we'll do the rafters afterwards. So yeah, I'll also, after I finish talking, you'll see two images of bits of drawings that I put together, the current layout of the first floor. So the way the bedrooms are laid out now, and then you'll also see another drawing which shows how they will look once it's completed. I did do some drawings for the loft, but I've lost them. I can't seem to find them. I must not have saved them or something. So I did some 3D drawings for how the loft will look, but again, they're not there, so hopefully you'll be able to see them in future when I do them again. So yeah, so what you're going to see is essentially the ripping out of the loft. Well, you won't actually see it because I didn't time lapse it or anything, because again, it was before I decided to do these videos. But what you will see is, you know, the stages of it starting, then being ripped out, then bits of cleaning, a little bit of time lapse, and the amount of rubbish I've got. So yeah, so I'll let you see all that with the drawings, and then I shall come back to you in a minute once you've seen all that. See you shortly. Bye bye. So there you have it, folks. That's kind of where the loft's at the minute, and I will kind of talk you through where we're hoping to go with it. But before we go into the loft, I just wanted to show you down here. So I have started explaining this in the introduction video, but essentially what's going to happen is you'll come upstairs here, and as you listen on the drawings, the layouts change. So this bedroom, I don't want to show you too much in there because there's a bit on the next video that you'll see about this, or the one after that, not sure which way yet. But essentially this room here, let's go this way, is at an angle there, and it's not a very wide room, but what's going to happen is this diagonal wall's going to be gone, this wall's going to come straight across, but it's going to step further back this way. So this room, you have to excuse the mess as I keep saying in these videos, but this room is gonna, this stud wall's gonna come over to, if you can see that mark there, it's gonna come over. So that bedroom's gonna gain about another, the back bedroom is gonna gain about another foot. So we're gonna lose this room, which is not the end of the world because it's tiny, as you can see. It's just not much room, so you have to excuse my 8-year-old's mess. Plus we've got storage in here because we've had other works going on, which you'll see in the up and coming videos. So yeah, so this room's essentially going to be gone, and there'll be a stud here on line here, and what will happen is the fire door may be here but further across, so there'll be basically a stud goes straight along here. So the fire door may be here, or it might be stepped in a bit, but then there'll be a fire door, and what you'll have is a bit of a stairway going up here with an half landing here, and then the stairway going up into the loft, which will be the new bedroom. So before we go into the loft, I'll show you, this is just a bit of a rough patching up. So what was here is there was what you would call a light tunnel. So there's a skylight in the roof, and that was allowing light into this room, which allowed this to be an official bedroom, if you will. So again, mentioned all this in the introduction video, but this house, it was sold as a 3-bedroom house, which it currently is, and obviously that room had a window, that's why you could class that as a bedroom. But let's be honest, as we probably, most of us will know, that this will have been a 2-bedroom house originally, and this has just been divided. So you've seen the pictures, I've explained it to you how this stage is going to look. Let's go up into the loft and have a look what's next. So we're now up in the loft, and I'm going to talk you through where we plan to go with it, and how it's going to look. As you're listening at the start of this video, there was a room, a boarded out room, and I believe not the person I bought the house from, but the previous person before them was a bit of a model railway enthusiast, if you will. So that's why that room was done. It was boarded, it was decent, but actually it was smaller than it could have been, which in a way I'm glad it's worked out this way. So although there's more work to be done now, actually we're going to get a much bigger room. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera, and then I'll explain some more. So here we are. I'll just start out by saying that, as you can see there, that's the skylight that's currently in, and that was boxed off and it went down and into the room below, so you can't see that temporary piece of plasterboard I've put in, because obviously it's been, we've since had people in insulating the floor, which I wanted to film, but the lads weren't right keen on it, so I didn't get to film that. So I've just shown you the before and after, which you've just seen. So yeah, all the floor is now insulated. This 3x2 that you can see under my feet is the 3x2 that was put in for the floor of the room as it was at the beginning. The original joists are actually on them 3x2, so all this 3x2 is going to come out, and then it's going to sit on 6x2. So loads of 3x2 there. I hate wasting stuff. It's good clean timber, so it just needs denailing, and then some of that's going to get used, and then all the loft boards are under there as well, so they're going to get reused. So essentially what it's going to look like, if you can see that back joist there, back rafter, sorry, so there's one there and one there. So the original the room that you seen at the beginning went up to that piece of 3x2 that you can see there. So there's all that additional room, and then all that wasn't being used, and then that at the back there again wasn't being used. There's a new boiler going in, so that water tank's going to come out. So we're going to have a brand new floor, 6x2. The calculations show that we don't need no steel joists, but I might put them in anyway just for extra support, because it's worth having. So there'll be a steel joist or a timber joist, I don't know yet, going across the back of there, and then basically a bit of a stud will go down there with doors in, and then the back of there will be boarded for a bit of storage, and then the exact same on the opposite side. So again, down the back of there, steel joist, studded wall behind the rafters, because I want all the rafters being kept in because they're nice. I'm going to clean them up, and again, storage behind there. So it's not a great deal of storage, but storage nonetheless. So the room is a lot bigger. So what will happen is, where I'm here is pretty much the sorry, hang on, just let me get my bearings. So yeah, here is where that window is. So the edge of the room where the stairs will be is, it's either here or here. So basically the stairs will come up here and stop about here, so then you'll have a bit of a landing here. So then the stairs will come up middle. I did want the stairs off to one side, but unfortunately just the layout will not allow it in any way for the correct clearance for building regulations, so they do have to come up the middle. But then what you're going to have is a good two sides of the room. So the plan is one side for double bed, TV on wall, and then the other side, it's either going to be wardrobes, desks, that type of thing, or if I can do it, I need to work out all the measurements. If I can do it, I would like an ensuite, but again, I don't know if it's doable. So again, full insulation, brand new boarding. I might keep the chimney in, like the shape of the chimney. You won't see the chimney, it'll all be boarded and insulated, but I might keep the shape just because I like the feature of it. So yeah, all boarded all the way around. Same on the roof, so ceiling, sorry, new insulation, all new boarding, and a second skylight, just to add a bit more light. So we've got one skylight there. I might keep that one, might take it out, and I might bring them further higher up actually, just for more light. I would like skylight on the front, but that's where planning permission comes in. So if you put, it's really weird, planning permission states that if you've got skylights on the back, you don't need planning, but if you've got skylights on the front, you do need planning. So yeah, that's just one of those things. So yeah, that's currently where the loft is at. As you can see, plenty of space. And if I just step down onto the ladders, give me a second, because I'm gonna try and do this without falling. So if I just step back here, yeah, that's a better angle. So yeah, you can see it's a good size room. So although it's a lot of work, by losing that little bedroom down there for a staircase, it makes a much bigger bedroom, which again, I think I said it in the introduction video, it's much bigger than, you know, the master bedroom, I think. Again, I need to do the measurements. So yeah, that's kind of it, guys. That's kind of where we're at. The insulation in the floor. So the next stage you'll see on the loft, I don't know how far into the future we're going to get to seeing the building work on the loft started, because my main focus now is the electrics and plumbing, which electrics you will start to see in the next video. The next video you'll start to see stuff on the electrics. So yeah, so keep watching this space. That's currently where the loft's at, and hopefully we'll get a lot more done. So if anyone's got any ideas, tips, anything that can help, or any questions that anyone wants to ask me, like I said in the introduction video, I'm not an expert. I've got background in electrical work and I'm quite good at all things DIY, but I'm certainly no qualified carpenter, builder, plumber, any of those things. I'm just general DIY, and because of costing, would I love professionals in to do it all? Yeah, of course I would. In terms of it being done perfectly, yeah, I'd love to, but I do enjoy doing the work, so there is that element to it that's going to keep me busy, and it's just something to look back on and say that yeah, we did that, we did that as a family, and most of the work carried out was done by myself. So yeah, so there is that aspect to it, but yeah, so keep watching this space. We'll see what happens with the loft in the coming, well, I'm not even going to say a time because I don't know. If I had all the money to do everything in the house, I reckon I could do everything in about 12 months, but because of money, it's just as and when it allows. So again, that's just going back to them them original videos where I said that you might get one a week, you might get one video a month. I really don't know. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, as in keeping the videos coming. The main aspect of the videos, as I've said, is for our purpose, for our diary to look back on, but if people can get something from it, then fantastic. So yeah, so if you are watching these videos, thank you for watching. Please communicate with us. I'll happily get back to people as and when is possible, but yeah, keep watching, see what happens. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.